Now it's on. We've gone live. And hi, John here. It's Sunday, the 6th of April 2025. And we've had a bit of a hiccup with the last video, just as well. I did a test run with the sound. The first video went all right for 5 minutes, and the second one was obliterated altogether. Facebook destroyed it, and just as well I saw it freeze up. And because my caption caught their eye, so I just put something that's not related to the algorithm to pick it up and destroy the video. If you talk about something they don't like, they'll destroy it, and they did just that. I'm hoping that I'll just keep an eye on the counter so that it's still recording and not gone frozen. I saw it go frozen, and I tried to open it back up again. Had to shut it down. So the second video went to bits. And just as well I cut it off when it was 10 minutes. So I lost 10 minutes of putting a perfect video together. So I'm just want to do an update for you on Sunday today before Wednesday next week with Jack Liam on 389 FM in Hamilton, a station, and he's the host for a half-hour show once a week at 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And our subject from me is the mortgaging the sky, and we're going to mortgage the sky, and everything that flies up can't come down and land on the water or land on the land, dry land, and or can't land anywhere and has to stay up there and get permission from us to be mortgaged and pay the mortgage bond of $1 trillion each person that their photos in there and stuck in contract with us. As soon as you open the book, you're in contract with us. You can't get out of the contract because it's the British Crown, landlords of England and Wales, and we are using Trump's US federal state government um, 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 executive orders. And one of the executive orders out of 60 we're using out of over 100 so far, that one is the bond that you must pay, the bond to this court, this native magistrate King's Bench Court, of 1 trillion. That's the value of your birth certificate replacement or your government sovereign bond. And it becomes your chip coin, which is replacing and liquidating the crypto that's fake. It's fake because the one pound note was fake from the beginning because it never got the royal assent of the King William III of Orange, and he patented the 2 bar William Patterson pound note, which became our pound note in New Zealand, and we're using that, which went um, into hibernation because they never had a printer like the BNZ came along, got a printer and printed their own pound note, and King Tawhia had get his pound note from England, which cost him too much, and he had to put his business on hold. And we got it out of um, being put away and put in storage, and then we're using that authority of at the time Queen Victoria gave King Tawhia the pound note authority, the 2 bar pound note that was to become the pound note we're using today, and the name of Moai pound note or Moai Patterson pound note, and the same jurisdiction of the Bank of England Act 1694, King William III of Orange, and his Bank of England Act 1694 to bankrupt and liquidate the Bank of England present owners that Rothschild banks bought the patent out of the 2 bar and made their own unpatented pound note and became a fiat pound note of US dollar, became tainted from the 1 bar tainted pound note, and fake money laundering to uh, money laundering. $1 pound note has become the US fiat money currency, fake money laundering. Money that now becomes tainted cryptocurrency, and the World Bank that's using the crypto as its new currency has been shut down by the British Crown, the franchisee, and the franchisor as the US federal state government and the Canadian federal state government and the Australian federal state government of Admiralty in the sea and Admiralty of the land and the sea, which we have as the King William III of Orange and King William IV flag, 1840, 1834 Municipal Corporations Act flag to pick up the rent in four corners of the planet, Ngā Hauewha or north, east, southwest of the flag with the 8-point star of St. Patrick in each corner to pick up the land lease after our land lease of 201 years, settlement of 17 trillion US dollars worth value that I'm asking Pam Bondi tonight. She's had the AI answer all my questions, and she's going to help and put me in the right direction to get it back with the help of Musk. And he's wanting me to join his company and give this Facebook site away. The 87 Facebook sites will be deleted by Facebook in 90 days' time. They've given me a warning to take all my stuff off Facebook because they don't need it anymore. They're going to put in the One World Order, which we're heading off with the mortgage on the sky and mortgage on the sea and mortgage over the land. That's what I am, a bank broker mortgage man. Okay, so there were the mechanics, Lean, to put a mortgage on anyone that's violating our law, the Native Magistrate King's Bench Court, and also the King's Privy Council of our authority to use Jack. There was a missing link with Jack and his mortgage to add to the 1834 King William IV flag, the Constitution flag of 1835, and also a Municipal Corporations Act, 1835 of King William IV, to pick up the rent right over the world and put it in our Maui Powerhouse Bank. And the Maui is on East Island, and it's in Dunedin, New Zealand, with a crown on his head, the dirt crown that is, and that's the one I'm using for the Queen Victoria Trust and the corporate company Maui Crown Queen Victoria Trust, 1844, and it also becomes Maui Crown King William III Trust, and also Maui Crown King George IV Trust, and also Maui Crown King Ernest Augustus I Trust. Okay, those four trusts are now our legal authority over every corporation that's operating in the sea, dead at sea, lost, and we are the corporation on the land as common law, the landowner, landlord, and the Lord Treasurer of William I, William the Conqueror, 1066. He created the debt management Lord Treasurer, and that was succeeded next to King William III of Orange. He took that mantle, the Municipal Corporations Act, and also the Masons Act, and also the debt management recovery Lord Treasurer. He was the next one that took that unbroken sovereignty and then put it to King George IV, the next one, that's the Masons Act, and he became the partner to Te Rawaikato Wharehere Manukau, the Moriori from Africa, and the pyramid. That's his title to the pyramid, and that magnetic engine that Tesla's using. I'm going to join him with the Moai and the power of the sun, Ra, and also Haumea, brown planet, Makemake, right at the end of the universe. All that space right up to there is now got a mortgage on. Okay, that's the Moai mortgage with the mechanic's lien. That's me with the mechanic's ticket and certification to spell that out to you. As if you don't pay your bill, you get it all taken off you and seized. That's what's happening here with all the people in the sea of Admiralty lost at sea, dead and never to land on the land until you pay your bill. If you don't pay your bill, your bond that you put up £1 trillion debt first, like Trump's executive order says, pay a bond into the court, and if you lose the case, you lose your bond. So in this case, it's a default contract of Westminster Parliament, and we're shifting the authority of Westminster Parliament to Waitangi Treaty grounds, where they hid their business away there, and they bankrupted America from Mount Eden Hill in Auckland. They'll go up there and have a look at the hill on the plaque. It says America Bankruptcy Act 1933. Okay, there we go. It's there. We're using that act up on that hill to bankrupt America and the federal government. Again, we're going to take our currency, the pound note currency, which is the chip coin value of 1 trillion Moai pound notes, and we'll take the gold currency of King William IV and his gold coins currency, the gold currency with bullion vault in England, and then we'll take the um, uh, water money currency, the hydrogen economy, and the tidal turbine. That's next to the um, uh, the Freemasons compass at the bottom left of the bottom of every page on our documents, plus on the search teacher warrant of Trump and his executive on the 8th page that you will see now that Clarence Moya in Canada is the appointed president of the native federal state republic government of Canada. And then he's joined with me because he's been with me for over 12 years and I've been helping them to get their pipeline back from going through their graves and desecrating their memorial and stealing all their memorials and putting them in the museum and making money out of it, and all their artifacts, selling it, the same as here, the same as every other country. The British Crown is behind that ramaging and destroying our history and digging up the graves and robbing the graves and putting people on the big reservations, lease the land, and they put houses on to dig the land up and take grave sites and all its treasures being buried with their ancestors and rob the dead people in the grave and their birth certificate and flick them around on the stock market with a dead person and robbed everything off them, the land and their resources, and put a mortgage on the land. And now we put a mortgage over them and the land and the sky and the water and everything that they got goes up but never comes down. Okay? You can go up, but you never can come down. Because there's no place to land but in a fishing trap where you'll go into the sea and land in the trap, and then you're sold off as scrap metal. Okay, so there, that's how it works. You got a mortgage, we got a mortgage. I'm a mortgage broker, you're a mortgage broker. You have to look at this one because it's a mechanic's lien. And that's what it is. You don't pay your car bill, we take the car. You don't pay your earth bill, your water bill, your sky bill, your land bill, your food bill, you got to go and mortgage you all out. And that goes for Eddie Mitchell and Alfred Mitchell. And their photos are in there today. And I'm going to put it together tomorrow for Pam Bondi in the federal government. And she's the attorney General of America, and also Kash Patel. He's the FBI, and I've been chatting to him tonight, and he wants to see if I'm real. I said, turn the camera on. You see I'm real. I'm going on camera soon, and that's another video affidavit I'm doing right now to tell you the truth about what I do. I said to him, you've been honest to me because anybody can be your name and make out you're them, and they are you, and you have to come on camera because that way I can tell you my lips are moving and your lips are moving, and we are real people, not dead at sea. So all those people in the sea, dead, you're overboard, man overboard, and your queen and your king is overboard, ran away and default contract. Your default contract, and that you accept our documents when you see the book open and read it. It says 970 million trillion pound note contract debt and liable for that debt. Okay, but the formula is 8 billion people in the world, and minus 1% of 8 billion is the elite, and 99% is the people who are meant to be sovereign native citizens are still on that side of the 99%, and we've got 8 of us that are only citizens in this corporation of King Moray Crown King William III Trust. And that's the one we're using at the moment for Clarence in Canada, because he's got his franchisor and his mortgagee. He can be a mortgagee for Canada there, and the mortgagor is all those 99% of people that are not converted to their original native title until we get ours going in New Zealand. Just about there. I just need to get the 17 trillion back from Eddie Mitchell and his 10 billion in New Zealand, the 17 trillion in Australia. He went on a spending spree with my sticks of memory and the native court native title to the land lease of 201 years. And it was higher than that, but he chipped off a little bit and ran away with it. With the barrister, he libeled the barrister that put it all together, the legal side of transferring the land, and he put especially the Freemasons 33 degree at risk and liability of me being the creditor over the 33-degree Mason. So I've taken control and ownership of the 33-degree Masons corporate fraud business that's being caught out by Eddie Mitchell, the biggest corporate thief in the world. And the Freemasons are liable for him. He's liable. The whole court system, he's liable. The parliaments, the governments, the judges, the public servants, every corporate in the world is going to get the bill, 970 million trillion pound note spread amongst you, 1% of the population. So there you are, 7 billion people are elite, you must have that formula, and 7 billion are the people that can go into the native court and claim their sovereignty back there, and 1%, which is of the elite people that are robbing you and keeping your tax money for themselves and making you starve and disappear and top your buildings and your health. Tibet's poisoned the sky and the water and the food, and we're going to liquidate their business and everything flying in the sky and spraying it, and frequency burning houses in Hawaii and everywhere with their machines, and also making people go stupid with the frequency sounds. And we will remove those from them and take all their sin that's making the earth vibrate and the weather change, modification. We'll seize all their spraying the skies equipment and their businesses and liquidate them because they've got a mortgage right over everything on the land, and they must go back in the sea where they came from and she will have taken a mortgage over that, and they got to get somewhere else to go and stay, and might as well get on a plane and go out to um, Mars and never to return, because you won't be barred from here and can't return back here. There, that's something of where we're at. Just to let you know, Greg Cook is liable, and he has threatened me and tell me I'm going to go under the ground, and I'm going to the police tomorrow to take his recordings. I haven't heard them yet because I don't want to listen to his voice anymore, or anybody that supports him. All of you, your photos in there on the court, and you can never get them off, because this is Freemason stuff I'm doing, and they run all the businesses in the world, and they're liable now too. Eddie has libeled them, and we've caught him in the fraud square on. And I said to Pam Bondi tonight, go and check out the what I'm claiming in the book, and I'll send you the book, and you can have a good read and try and help us to recover 17 trillion. We don't need to borrow any money. We just need a letter of credit and barter the rest. Okay, we can trade for trade. Give us the materials and the power turbines in China, and we'll be dealing with them there. No tariff, and we'll send you something back in return. Okay, it's going to work like that, where we can use little money, but we've got the cash option of printing the pound note, 2 bar pound note. To take out the 1 bar pound note will be gone. It'll be obliterated with the corporations of Rothschild Bank, obliterated off this planet Earth that has not got the title of the 3 stars, the 3 suns, and um, the pyramid of the capstone on top they've used on the US dollar. We're going to remove it from them and put it on King William III of Orange 8-point star badge sheriff. And we're going to put that there with the 2 bar pound note and his photo onto the 8-point star badge for the world. And Canada, Clarence can put his eagle with the 8-point star, which he had there. He's quite welcome to it for the native chiefs of Canada and Turtle Island, and those people there that I've been with all these years, battling away. And then in England with the yellow vest, I was there, and they threw me in prison and a mental home because they said I was there to murder the Queen. Turned out to be false propaganda, and they're going to get a bill for that. 970 million trillion for messing around with my contract with Britain and the Crown. The Crown is liable. They libel the Crown at the border, at the airport, Heathrow Airport. And so you get the bill on top of that, and